Hi Virgo, happy December. This is your general reading for the month of December with Kat, if he wants to show his face. Please keep in mind it is a general reading, so it may not resonate entirely with everyone. Also, a couple disclaimers, I do burp and I do swear. Okay, so let's see what's going on with you guys for the month of December 2018. Whoa. You guys have got messages flying out. Okay. Okay. All right. So, by the way, this is the Illuminated Tarot for anyone who's curious. So the first thing you got here is the Three of Wands. So you guys are working on moving something forward. Usually I see this as building a portal or some sort, making plans. You've been making plans. You're ready to move those plans into action now. You're ready to actually start setting sail, and you're going to be setting through on a new chapter or journey. You're about to walk through that portal. So, and it could be that you're leaving something behind, because this is the Six of Swords. This is usually about leaving something bad behind for something better. And this is a big theme for a lot of people this month. This has come up in a lot of the other readings. And for you guys, I do feel that it's upright. That's right for you, because this is about actually choosing to move something forward. For a lot of other people, they got it in reverse, which is usually about, I feel, not leaving something behind, about staying where you are. So that, I mean, however it relates for you, but it feels like for some of you, staying sort of exactly where you are doesn't feel right. It's not really where you want to be. So something that's influencing you at this point is getting over some past heartbreaks and emotions, some betrayal of some sort, spilt milk, spilled relationships, bad relationships, some kind of heartbreak or betrayal. And it feels like when it comes to that, there's good news coming with the Jack of Cups here. And it could be related to possibly a fire sign, or someone who is creative, has that passionate fire energy, someone who wants to move things forward, someone who thinks that they can manifest everything. Because usually with the court cards, it can either mean another person or an aspect of yourself or an influence. So, take this as it applies to your life. But because this can also be a reminder of your abilities, because this is also the Magician, which is about manifesting the desires that you want for yourself and in your life, and knowing that you have that ability to do that. So I feel like it's really remembering you have all the tools at your disposal. It's partly what the Magician is. It's you have the wand, which is fire, the cup, which is emotions, the pentacle, which is earth, the sword, which is air. And you're able to use all of the elements at your disposal to manifest and bring forward the things that you want in your life. I'm going to pull one more card on that just to see if there's any other message in there for you. So it could be getting out of a toxic situation, something bad. Some type of conflict is coming to an end, or you're getting out of something unhealthy with the Five of Wands and the Devil in reverse there. So, sort of the base of the reading is you have made a decision recently. You've come out of a stalemate, because with the Hanged Man and the Two of Swords here, usually it's that you might have not been sure which path to choose, where to go, what to do. You've made that decision now. You know what you want to do moving forward. And you've changed your perspective, or you've gotten the lay of the land to figure something out. It looks like some of you might still be working through some feelings about your own feelings related to financial prosperity, abundance, maybe some stinginess issues as well, some scarcity and lack mindset, because usually the Four of Pentacles is feeling like you don't have enough. There's not enough there for you. And, you know, there's another card related to this in the future position. So I feel like you guys are working through that. And it looks like the important thing when it comes to this is having some sort of awakening, because with this card in reverse, now this could mean a couple things. There is an actual ending coming to your feelings. There's something that's changed. Or it could also be there's an epiphany here or a realization that you could be having that for some reason you might be resisting or not having. Let me pull another card on that. So it could be related to your thoughts about generosity and giving and receiving. It almost feels like some of you maybe withdraw from other people from their ability to give, your ability to receive, because you feel, some of you might feel a little unworthy. I'm getting, maybe you don't feel comfortable. You feel iffy about taking something, and it feels like there's someone who is willing to be generous, someone who is willing to be helpful, and part of it is you being in a position where you feel willing to accept their help. And I feel like this is a hard one for you. It's a difficult thing for some of you. You don't want to. You don't want to accept someone's help. You don't want to acknowledge. I mean, it feels like it could be for a number of different reasons, because I'm not getting any one reason super clearly. I'm just feeling that block of that's saying no. No, I don't want to do that. So let's see. Should you accept someone's generosity? Yes. So you've got the Strength card here and the Ace of Wands. So I feel like it could be the start to a new friendship that could be symbiotic. So if you feel like there's a power imbalance, I think it's making sure that you're accepting generosity or help from someone who won't use that and hold it against you. Someone who you know has a kind heart, a good mind, and a kind soul. And also seeing your own strength in the situation, knowing that just because you might need some assistance or some help doesn't mean you're at a full disadvantage whatsoever. You know, I feel like, I mean, you guys are Virgos, you're always right. And so it's a matter of, too, knowing, you know, what the right decision is, what's right, what's wrong, and having your own courage in that situation. So I think it's really trusting your own inner fire and making sure that whatever happens, you still feel like you're in a position of strength. Not that you have to tell someone, well, you're doing this for me, but I don't really need that help anyway. It's not a matter, it's not that. It's about saying, I appreciate what you're willing to do for me or something. You know, the way that you feel comfortable, but you know that either you will pay them back or you will pay it forward. Because sometimes you don't necessarily have to have even karma with someone, because you might be balancing it out from something else that happened in another lifetime or who knows what. And maybe you're meant to pay it forward when you have the opportunity. You know, that's always something you can keep in mind about generosity, is saying, I'll accept this help now with the intention that when I am in a position and I am able, I will give it to someone else as well and give them something I really needed. I feel like that might be emotional for some of you. So as far as the forward position goes, it looks like you might be having a celebration or spending time with some friends, maybe just enjoying your friends, and possibly spending time with an earth sign. It looks like this is really interesting, because you've got the friends here, but you've also got this King of Pentacles, which could be a particular person that you're dealing with. And you've also got the Hierophant, so you've got some structure. So it could also be some of you are celebrating in a church setting or with family, you know, because we've got the Hierophant here. This is usually more about religious structure. And the King of Pentacles, too, is related to earth energy, stability, beauty, money, home, finances, work. So let me see if there's another card that relates to this. Some heartbreak involved. Why is that? Oh, maybe it's something that you felt was hindering your ambition or your own creative drive and force, and so because of that you felt like you haven't been victorious. So it could also be recovering from a friendship that didn't go the way that you wanted to, a relationship that went awry. Yeah, you've got some other cards in here that can point to why this is. So it feels like you might be feeling that heartbreak and that lack of victory. And that could be, too, where the disadvantage is coming from, that feeling of disadvantage. Because where you are right now, I'm hearing you're in crisis mode. You're ready to move things forward. You want to move, you want to make decisions. You want to move things forward. You want to feel like you're in a position of power. You want to be the Queen of Swords. This is really you guys right now. That you are kind of tapping into your own inner air sign and you're trying to use your intellect to solve a problem. But it looks like you might need to do some inward work first with the moon energy here. And then working on building your own solid foundation for yourself with the Four of Wands. So with this, I'm also getting, if you want to throw a party or be at a party, be it the one you feel comfortable at or do one that's the way that you want it. I'm going to pull another card on this. Putting in the effort that you want to put in, that you feel comfortable putting in, and that you enjoy putting in. So I feel like when it comes to your own foundation, your sanity, your clarity, your mindset, moving things forward, it's really doing it in a way that makes you feel happy, self-sufficient, self-supported, and involved. It's something that you really like to do, something you really want to do. That's important. So, Tower moment. This is something that's influencing you guys right now. It's a big one. So, there are structures that are probably being toppled over in your life. There's a lot of changes that are coming. Some of you are going through it this month. And usually I feel like the Tower moment, this one feels, for those of you who are really going through it feels like it's particularly hard. And you might feel like you're trudging through mud and shit and you don't see an end in sight and part of you just wants to give up. And with this one, I feel, and it's also, it could be because, the Chariot here is in reverse. It feels like things aren't moving forward as quickly as you'd like for them to. Sometimes I'll say the Tower is a blessing. I feel like what you guys are going through, it feels so heavy and so intense that it doesn't feel like a blessing right now. Not at all. And I feel like some of you are probably going, fuck you for saying that. All I can say is, oh, I feel for you. Oh, baby, I feel for you. It's going to be okay because you are coming to an end here. And, as far as the future position goes, you're going through it, but you're coming out of it with the Wheel of Fortune here. You're coming to a point of emotional culmination and fulfillment. And you're going to be moving past the things that are keeping you awake at night. I'm jumping ahead a little bit because I want you guys to know there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It's that you're going through the worst part now and maybe a little bit in the future. And by that, I could just mean into the beginning of January. But you are moving out of this anxiety, this period of anxiety, and you will be coming more into your own, I'm hearing acceptance, your own pride and acceptance. And you'll be working on your feelings of emotional fulfillment. You won't quite be there because this is not a magic bullet situation. But it feels like when it comes to this, just keep trudging through it. I keep hearing the quote from Winston Churchill, when you're going through hell, keep going. There are also some other great quotes from Winston Churchill. I can't think of any other ones off the top of my head, but he had a lot of good wartime quotes that were about just muscling through and bearing down and making sure it just happens. So that you get through it. Because I feel like you will. And you've got the World here. and the Ace of Pentacles. So you've got some new opportunities coming, and you've got an ending coming up. So this is about looking back and reflecting on the past and what you've accomplished and what you're moving. And then really expressing some gratitude for what it is that has come to pass, that has come to fruition in your life. And for some of you, I feel like this is a hard one, that you might have some resentments that are going to take a little while to work through, but it's possible. It is possible. And I feel that I'm going to pull another card for your outcome for December. So it looks like you're going to be making plans to move something forward. You will be making a decision about what it is that you want to sort of bring into action. It's funny, it went from the Three of Wands to the Two of Wands. So you're going to be moving past some bad choices, things that you don't really want. I feel like we're getting kind of ahead of ourselves here, but yeah, and making a decision. And then starting a new journey. I feel like this is February. I could be wrong. Time will tell. But it looks like for now, I'm sorry, you guys are going through it. It's going to be okay, though. It is. So, I wish you all a wonderful month. The best I hope it can be. And I will see you guys again next month. Take care.